Hello and welcome back everyone to a Scouts of Entertainment 3v4 Siege battle replay of Napoleon Total War. Today's battle is actually a custom battle. I think it was done by Gamelord, who's also a fellow YouTuber, and also has his own Discord as well, so go and check that out. I'll put a link to that Discord in the description below. Now what's going on today is we have 3 French armies, which are the blue team. We have a total of 33 points against 4 coalition armies of 36 points. And we fight around a huge monastery on a big mountain. The French try to cross the river but get surrounded, and they have to fight with everything they got to hold back against the coalition tide. And with that, let's get into the replay today. We've got rockets here firing overhead, so the coalition's already begun their attack. French are scrambling here to organise their defence. They're going to link up with each other soon. We have France 1809 to 1812. We've also got no 2 France 1809 armies so far. And who's that in the distance there on the hill? Okay, we've got France 1805 to 1808. Now, if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can post them to my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. You can also post them directly to me on the Discord via my Discord ID. You can also join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post all manner of Total War replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you'll find on the Discord. Or you can tag me in any Napoleon Total War 3 replay you post on the Napoleon Total War Discord as well. I also have various funding options in the video description below. If you'd like to support my work, it does really help out. But if you want to help out in other ways, then please remember to hit that like button, subscribe of course if you haven't already, tick the bell for notifications, and try to leave a comment below, as it does greatly help out with the YouTube algorithm. We've already got a small engagement here. France located and isolated a small force of English troops and have destroyed them. Got some Creek warriors here lying in ambush. So we had 2 French units here charged in. One's broken. The other one's trying to break the Cherokee unit. It looks like they've succeeded. Jeez, this battle unfolded super fast. Alright. So, we got here United Kingdom 18012 USA. I didn't say that earlier. We've got the Holy Roman Empire here. The Heiliges Romisches Reich. What's over here? Okay, we've got United Kingdom Peninsular and United Kingdom 1815. Okay, so the players. Okay, so on the French side here we have Johnny Le Bouffon, Nash 22, and Erich.Hartmman. On the coalition side we have Busty Pigeon, Fork number 2, Gamelord, and FLUX Bus, and the map is Austria 2. And this is obviously the monastery here on the hill. This is where the French need to hold, apparently. So good luck to them. Now, France has their cavalry probably on a scouting mission, so there's a huge scouting force to say the least. Now, looks like the 3rd French player here, which is most separated from his team, has a long road ahead of him. It looks like he's trying to get on the road to speed up his march throughout the land here. Now, I don't know what this player is thinking about doing. He might be thinking about trying to hold the choke points. It is fairly easy for him to hold these 2 choke points. They are fairly narrowed. Rockets incoming. Lots of rockets incoming. Now, they are really devastating when they score a hit, but other than that, they are mostly for theatre, I reckon. It's a pretty hard target. The French troops here, the French troops have a lot of cover here on the mountain. A lot of buildings they can hide behind. I am a little bit surprised the rockets aren't targeting the French force down here. It's far more bunched up. It does present a more inviting target, is closer, and there's practically no natural or man-made terrain. Well, not terrain, structures, I suppose is the way to put it. These troops can hide behind. They're essentially out in the open, no protection whatsoever. So this is a target I reckon to go after for those rockets. Remember, in general, they're just standing around where the rockets are being fired upon. I don't know where the launch site is. It's around this area for sure. I saw those rockets fire from the tree line. Yeah, that came from the English faction. Only the English army is the only faction I'm aware of that has rockets in their arsenal. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's the launch site. Yeah, he's targeting them now. Didn't score a hit, but came close. Okay, France is trying to cross the bridge here. This is obviously the point for the coalition to attack here, try to engage the French. And can they march up the hill to the monastery on this side? They can. There is a natural ramp up here. But coalition needs to bring their artillery here just to hammer the top or the crest of this hill so their forces can move up with relative ease. They'll struggle otherwise without artillery support. It looks like maybe they're trying to bring down the artillery crew with the rockets before, but obviously wasn't working. They just need one good hit though. That's all it takes. Okay. He's crossing that land bridge. He's going to hold this choke point. I was going to say he's going to hold the choke point here just to cover the retreat of his ally towards him. But as you can see, he's not moving behind the river. He's actually moving out front. This essentially means that this French player is going to take on two factions at least by himself from where he is. Coalition obviously needs to stay away from those two choke points. They're too easy to defend. They can easily come around here the long way. It takes a little bit longer, but it's much safer. The gap is wider. They can also go through the town here as well for cover. Obviously going through the red line is slightly risky, but you know, the buildings here should protect their armies from the enemy artillery. Maybe the rockets just need to halt their fire for now. But I still think this is a target to go after. I'm not sure who he was trying to hit there. Maybe the general. But rockets obviously fire wildly, so I suppose any hit is just a miracle at this point. We've got a 8-pounder crew here. It's a battery. Okay, Roman Empire troops have come into view. 4 units there. The rest of the army is obviously very close behind. This French player doesn't have any artillery with them. France 89 is one of the best factions in Napoleon. They have great morale. One hit there. They've killed one troop. Okay, French artillery, a 4-pounder. Oh, he's going after the general. That looked promising, that strike. Exploded around him, which was always an uncomfortable feeling. Are they lumbering up? Yep, they are. They're moving their artillery. That crest of the hill is probably getting in their way. He doesn't like that. He needs to move these artillery to a better position where he can shoot over it. Or, better yet, put the artillery on top of it. That way he can fire directly into the Roman Empire's ranks with little to no risk of hitting his own men. Now that artillery strike came from the monastery, up top there. You know, France's entire right flank here cannot form square. The cab moving over now, which is good to see. Elite cuirassiers. You always like the fireworks. Well, they're called rockets, but I see them as fireworks. They are a hell of a spectacle. And they're especially good to be used in sieges when an enemy is hiding in a fortress. Okay, France is moving to engage. This is going to be our first real engagement. They're not firing. We've got to be in range. Pretty darn close. I mean, they're already firing on each other with artillery. There's no grace anymore. So what would he be waiting for? Alright, the weakness here of this French player is he needs to make sure he's got cavalry on his right flank. His right flank is highly vulnerable there to cav charges. Same goes, well, you know, to a degree his left also is not looking great, but 2 units here can form a square. Obviously his leftist unit cannot, but 2 of the units here can. That's something. We've got more troops moving up. Cavalry also moving up behind them. We've got some Royal American rifles here. They're being pelted by an artillery piece, but not this one across the hill. Definitely got killed by something. We've only lost 5 troops though. Oh, we've got French cavalry here moving around the right flank of the Roman Empire. They can form square, but he just doesn't see it or isn't aware of it. Once cavalry does get into the ranks, apparently some units can't form square. Possibly got some friendly fire there. Hopefully these units here have shifted their targets. He's withdrawing his cavalry. He's got the Roman Empire on the ropes. He could have brought up this. He could have brought up his 5 units here while the cavalry was keeping them busy. He might have sacrificed it, the whole cavalry unit there, but he would have destroyed half the battle line at least. And would have had the Roman Empire on the run. There's another reinforcements here. We've got 2 cav units here, both elites. So, you know, they're looking comfortable there. We've got Roman Empire though crossing the bridge across. So, crossing the bridge over there. I'm looking for French reinforcements from the hill. They're not coming down. One of the units there can form a square, so that the artillery can't just walk up to him. Well, if he does, he has to make sure that the Roman Empire player, or hope the Roman Empire player is not looking. Incoming! It's an impressive battle line. It outnumbers the Roman Empire, but to the relief here of the Roman Empire player, we can see England, his ally, coming to his aid, putting up a lot of pressure on the left flank of France. Their combined effort might be enough to push the forces here back to the base of the monastery. France here has 2 units here, but they're heavily outnumbered.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Might be a race against the clock. France could wipe out the Roman Empire, but they've got to be aggressive about it. Right on cue, he moves forward. Enemy artillery there, firing over their heads. Alright, we got 3 1-pointers and 2 4-pointers on the field, so 11 points up for grabs. And so 1 soldier go down there. Okay, there's another one. Occasionally you can see a lead ball fly by. Okay, the centre of the Roman Empire is faltering. France charge forth their cavalry right into the Roman Empire units. They can't form square. No Hindo has their dragoon guards, the royals. French reinforcements coming in. 2 units of them. Now, this is from the 1805 player, the player on the monastery. At the monastery, he sent down a unit of cavalry to help out. Oh, France is heavily outnumbered here. Needs to get that infantry firing on the enemy cavalry. Well, looks like he's thinking about it. French dragoons coming back. They're almost broken though. Okay, cavalry's formed up. Sorry, infantry's formed up. Getting ready to fire into the enemy cavalry. He's going in for a bayonet charge. There's a lot of pressure here on this unit to hold.
Sir, our general is under attack.
We've got more units here from the Roman Empire streaming through the trees, coming across the bridge. Okay, France has sent down a couple more units here. Okay, they're firing on the units coming over the bridge, so they're providing some cover, and some cover is better than no cover. Rockets incoming again, going after the enemy artillery, maybe. This unit is still lumbered up. He's not firing, he's not moving. He's got to get a move on. Well, most of the cav here is still alive. Jeez, that's a large elite unit. Okay, France is choosing to fall back his entire right flank. Alright, France is withdrawing, it would seem. Okay, France claimed this house earlier, it would seem, and England surrounded the house and just firing into it. Surprised they're not charging into the house. He obviously feels like he can take the house and lose as few men as possible by shooting the house from outside. That's why he's doing it. France still has 119 men alive. He's only taken 1 or 2 casualties each unit so far. Very nice. These 3 French units have got to move forward. The Roman Empire's approach here would make sense if England was on his right flank, but he ain't formed up yet. And from his positioning, the Roman Empire can outflank the French, and start pushing them towards that land bridge over here. But their right flank is weakest, because that's where they're obviously outnumbered. Now, if France wants to outflank the Roman Empire and put pressure on them, these 3 units have to move forward to engage these 4. We've got a reserve unit there. We've got some dragoons, mid-tier cavalry. And some lances. Alright. Great volley there. We saw lots of troops go down. And it was a good artillery strike there on the French. Took out a huge chunk of them. We saw an enormous blood splatter appear earlier there. The high ground really favouring the French, wreaking havoc here on the Romans' morale. Looks like the red team's going for the monastery. Now, look, if we look at the map, it looks like they're going for the monastery, but if England just forms up and moves straight towards, in this direction here, moves away from the monastery and moves towards here, then they should be able to completely pin the French army here to the river. As long as they can move in quickly and prevent the French player from withdrawing completely across the land bridge, they can hit him hard at this point and possibly destroy his entire army. France is sallying out though, trying to keep the coalition at bay. Alright, having a bit of success. Cavalry there, some dragoons. Bland's dragons. Oh, Bland's dragoons, I just read that dragon. Where are they going? We got English cav coming up the hill here. Seems to be like a good volley. The form square. These guys aren't going anywhere. Alright. England put the squeeze here on the French. Roman Empire seems to be sort of struggling a little bit. Alright. Their ally here on the far left flank has engaged United Kingdom 1812 by himself. We got here a unit firing point blank into the enemy artillery. Go for the bayonet shots, man. You can't. It's too late to fire. Now, if England does fire, they're going to fire point blank into their own troops. Here comes some French cavalry. Their own troops are getting in the way of their own artillery. That actually saved France here, I reckon. And they have knocked them out. They're gone. They're out.
Our men are running, sir.
Now seeking to charge into the rear here of these three English units and take control of this battle. Here's we've got an artillery piece just racing across the plains. They're in a hurry to get away. Okay, we've got a lot of French cavalry trying to attack an English unit that's formed square. Obviously, pull out, mate. You're losing too many men. You've got infantry nearby that can easily deal with that unit. Save your cav. France is looking a little depleted over here, but they're still being fairly aggressive. They're so close to the enemy artillery. Those cannons look huge. Well, almost like an 18-pounder. Okay, France going in for a bayonet charge. Alright, they're going to win that battle. Take out the artillery. How are we going over here? It looks like this French player is on his last legs. The units have rallied a little bit. You saw that. The morale was looking pretty weak. But then it all jumped back up to green. Starting to falter a little bit again.
Our men are running, sir.
He's gone for the land bridge. Will England be able to cut off his escape? It's possible. Wonder what the cavalry's plan is. He's not being coy about it. He's just going to go straight down the throats of the Romans. Nice charge. He got in there without sustaining any fire until he was already in combat. Now, our own empire has their own cav, but they're nowhere near the battle at the moment. Cavalry here acting as a sacrificial unit. France is sort of lining himself up against the river here. He has no intention of retreating. He's trying to turn his army on the dime and take the fight to his opponents. But this is where England needs to charge into his back. He's opened himself up here to be attacked from the rear. But the coalition is not moving forwards. They're not taking advantage of this opportunity. And England here has a limited window. They should be moving immediately to join their allies, attack this French force in the rear before their reinforcements arrive and attack them in the rear. So it's a race against time. Who can kill who first? Who can get to who first? Roman Empire cav here coming in. He's pulled out. Okay, looks like the French at the monastery are under a heavy attack.
Our men are running, sir.
So far they've been able to keep the English at bay. Even had a bit of engagement here in the town. We might actually come back here to see what happens. Alright guys, we're back here to see the start of the fight. We've got the English cav here charging at the retreating French forces that were aiming to get back to the rest of their army at the monastery. You've got English forces running through the streets, running around the houses. Okay, they broke the French unit. And they continue their charge onward.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
The rest of the English army is on the way. Nice volley there from the French troops. Taking out half the unit in one single blow.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle
Alright,
is
we're
almost
back.
gone.
I don't know if this belongs to this French unit or not. No, they're routed. They're blocking the shots of their own troops. Nothing they can do about that, of course, but that is what happened. We've got two English units here really bunching themselves up. Surely there's space for them to move out a little bit. They're sort of running around a little bit disorganized. Only half the unit fired there. What are they doing? They're walking right into him. Another volley right in the faces. Alright, they're taking the win. Oh, I thought they were falling back across the bridge. No, they're holding right where they are. And the English can't outflank them. No without crossing the gully here, defeating all the French forces. Then they can get behind them, but that's a tough ask. Okay, they're down 19 men. French respond. And both sides here, the morale's sort of fluctuating a little bit. Leaning towards the French right now. And they've had enough. They're retreating. Well, they lost 10 troops there. And I think that's it there for the combat in the area. And we're back, so what an engagement. I think the French are looking pretty comfortable here. The forces the English have in the area, I don't see them overcoming the troops above. Not without reinforcements. Alright. England has cut off the retreat here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 French units here that have been pinned and are being surrounded. They're moving to surround them completely. They're trying to go for this gap in vain. They won't get there in time. It's tempting. They're in a lot of trouble. I don't know what these 4 units here are thinking about doing, but I would have personally tried to put them on top of the hill here. Take the high ground. These guys here are literally firing into the dirt. Meanwhile, the fight is really heavy over here. This player here is begging his ally to get here as fast as he can while he's still alive. This English player is screaming at his allies to kill these guys here, to get to him before the other French team arrives. Honestly, the Micka Peninsula needs to ignore the French forces across the land bridge, focus all their efforts to destroy these guys here, and help out their ally before he's overcome. France is sending in their cav, but the coalition is not sending in their cav. They broke 1, they broke 2, they broke 3, they broke 4.
Our men are running, sir.
Corps Original des Hussars. The one unit that saved the day here, at least for now, for the French. And will this be the 5th unit they've destroyed? They're just hanging on. Okay, that's the 5th unit. The Empire decided to charge in, got a full volley to the face, and now they're broken for their troubles. They might come back.
Our men are running, sir.
Alright, English charged into them in a last-ditch effort to help out his team. It was a decent effort. Don't know if that was FLUX no, don't know. Oh, obviously that was FLUX General. But I don't know if he was commanding the 1812 or the Peninsular Army. Probably the Peninsular. We'll find that out at the end though. Okay, France has survived and linked up with his ally, providing him much needed reinforcements. There's a strange positioning here from the Roman Empire. They're being outflanked and they continue to move forward. They seem to have stopped, but they're out of position. They're not lined up. They're in these weird column formations. And they're really bunched up, allowing the French, which have really spread out their troops in a nice arc, firing all their bullets in one convergence point. Okay, England in vain here sent some men forward, but they're going to get shot to hell. French cav looking to finish off the section of the Roman Empire. Right, they're broken. They've had enough. These guys here are going to break probably soon themselves. Englishmen are falling left, right and centre. England is moving his troops forward, I reckon, in vain to try to destroy the French. They're outnumbered, they're outgunned. Without a miracle, I see them succumbing to the French. Got a few French stragglers across the map, but most of the French army is in this vicinity here. Okay, France is looking to cut off the retreat of the Roman Empire. The rest of the French forces possibly moving to surround the English. And got a lot of troops here. That artillery ended up being de-lumbered and is now taking the fight to the English. The French have marched down from the monastery. They held it. The rockets seem to have destroyed the entire building. Man, that sort of sucks. I don't know if they destroyed the building or not. It looks like they have, because I can't get any read on it. And I don't see it on the map anymore. Okay. English look like they're retreating as well. The cav is withdrawing or chasing after broken troops. I don't see them reforming. They need to get back over here and start hitting the Roman Empire and the English. English Dragoon Guards facing off against the Chasseurs and have won. We have no more French Dragoons though coming in. Okay, they've broken the English. Now the French forces have cav superiority. Roman Empire is outnumbered. They're broken. Yeah, that's a long way. Come on, French soldiers, show your valor. Charge at your enemy. Or just stare at them. Whatever works for you. Okay. The French units here are being moved over so they can fire across the river into their opponent. But the coalition's withdrawing, it seems, from the riverbank. Because they don't want to be shot at. At least the Roman Empire is. English units being shot at in the back. Okay, French forces are incoming. One unit is left alive. There's no French forces up here, I don't think, firing down into them. We got a coalition unit here close to the full pointer to the northeast. There's also a blue unit up there as well next to it. Don't know what who's up there, what they're doing. Looks like they're just sort of standing still for now. Looks like I can see the English coming this way. You can also see other French forces coming in from both sides. Okay, so one French soldier go down there. I just saw artillery there. Alright. This next engagement is going to be hard to really watch, because I can't really see anything. Of course it's going to be painful. But they're being in the high shrubs, I can't really see squat. Last of the Englishmen. Slowly dying. Broken. These are a lot of troops here that are broken. Coalition's taking the house. We've got French forces here converging on it. They're going for the doorway. Seems I have to go to the back of the house to get into it. Skewing their way into it. Getting back up. Good for him. He got back up, made a kill. Jeez, how many guys could this guy kill? Okay, he fell eventually. But man, did he fight well. He killed like 8 troops on his own. I was reading the stories of the Rifleman Harris, and he talked about one English soldier that fought to regain his honour, and he killed alone, bayoneted alone, 8 men. And he also he decided to go back into the fight. He was allowed to go home, like withdraw for the night, but he said, "No, I'm staying here. I'm fighting." Unfortunately, he was killed shortly after that, but he fought to regain his honour in the eyes of his men and commanders, and he did that. Unfortunately, he didn't know when to quit, and it cost him his life. We've got the French artillery crew breaking the English one. Artillery crew on artillery crew. I think that's it. I think they've successfully defeated all their enemy. So, well done to the French who have beaten the coalition forces. Johnny LaBouffin, 2,473. Nash 22, 2,369. Erich.Hartmman, 1991. Busty Pigeon, 1,116. Frank number 2, 800. Gamelord, 435. Fluxbus, 946. Okay, kill count here. Best performances were the Cabanillas, 230. Vexen, 207. Aquabase, does that really say Aquabase? Aquabus, 188. Trelleurs, 883. And 156. Dragoons, Dragoons Hussars, 148. Vexen, 136. Poitvins, 129. Vexen, 109. And Poltavins, 108. The rest of these forces here range from 92 to 0 for the General. General staying out of the fight. And that is that. So if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, there are 4 ways that you can send me a replay. One is sending me via my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. Second is by direct message on Discord using my Discord ID. Third is join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your battle replays into the battle replay sub-channel you will find there. And the fourth is tagging me in your Napoleon Total War 3 replay that you would post on the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord itself. This is Micka, on behalf of Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye my fellow Scouts. Catch you in the next Total War battle.